Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. in the newsroom. You can't afford to miss it.
Yes, so welcome to the program in the newsroom on OSBC television. Babatunde Bonatito is my name. This is the program where we do technical analysis of happenings in the polity. And today we have very big topics, about 3 of them. The first one, Buhari to defectors. I will not betray or undermine APC by supporting other parties. Nigeria needs $10 billion annually for energy transition, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. No work, no pay. You have forfeited right to salaries. NECA labor leaders to ASU. These are the topics that we shall discuss this afternoon on the program in the newsroom. And I have my analyst in the house, though we are supposed to have a full out, but up to this moment, we are yet to have our full complement of our guests on the program. But be that as it may, Adeboye Popola is readily available here. Adeboye, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you, Tonte Bonatito.
I am sure any moment from now, Oladayo Olanife will be joining us. Yes. On the program in the newsroom. And we have an observer too here. Observer in person of Motuayo Ayebayo. Motuayo, welcome to the program. Yes, the program kicks off. Buhari to defectors. I will not betray or undermine APC by supporting other parties. Here is the president, Adeboye, on the day of his inauguration, who told Nigeria that he belongs to nobody and belongs to everybody. Now, what he's saying here, is it not a negation of what he said on at his inauguration? Belonging to nobody, belonging to everybody.
You see, when the statement made by the president at his inauguration years back, you see, when one critically consider that statement, one cannot say that what he has just said is a negation of what he said there. What the president said at the onset is to the effect that as the president of Nigeria, he has the whole of Nigeria as his constituencies. He has only one constituency, and that is the geographical areas of Nigeria. Now, political loyalty cannot be taken away from loyalty, or can be separated from loyalty in governance. You will see that President Buhari came to power through a political party. Be that as it may, his loyalty to his political party cannot be taken away from him. Whenever there is election, the president will be seen to be more at home to any of his candidates than any other candidate from other political party. Now, what the president is saying here is to the effect that, look, people, members of that political party could be moving to any other party, but as he, as the president who emerged through that political party, that he sticks to that political party. He sees that political party as a platform for him, as a political platform for him, and as a political base for him. So saying that he doesn't belong to anybody one will not say that he has deviated from his earlier, statement.
Okay.
Belonging to anybody or not belonging to anybody is when he is performing his duty as a president.
Okay.
In terms of equitable distribution of resources, in terms of social justice, in terms of everything that relates to his political functions, you see, that is what the first statements could be tied to.
Okay, let me take Dayo's position. Dayo, what is your position on this? I will not betray or undermine APC by supporting other political parties. Though we had rumors that the president will be supporting somebody outside the party because of ethnic loyalty, because of ethnic affinity, as it were. What is your position on this?
Well, good afternoon, viewers. You have just said it. It remains a rumor. And like Ademola said, the president is conscious of the platform under which he was elected. And as a leader of the party, he will not be seen to undermine the platform under which. Let me remind those of what happened in Ogun State. How the current government emerged. You will know that you recall that the closeness of the former governor, now a senator, Ibokoya Amosun, to the president almost undermine the election of APC in Ogun State. Don't forget, Ibokoya Amosun supported Akinlade, who is now the deputy candidate of PDP in Ogun State, who ran under the power of APN because his candidate was not given a ticket.
Yes.
Nobody will convince me, or we cannot be convinced that the Ibokoya Amosun then did not support Akinlade, who went to APM because he was not doing the APC ticket. So maybe very well will now be responding that, look, so you who are the defectors, don't expect me to support you against outside my party that I served for 2 terms. So it's like a note of warning. So if you defect, don't expect that I will join you in undermining or betray the party under which I serve as president. So it's a clear language. It's very straightforward.
The way we also learn from the grapevine that President Muhammad Buhari would have had a preferred candidate, because most of the time when anything happens within the APC and the president is not well disposed to it, he keeps quiet. But now that he has spoken, how will you project into what will happen during the election? Because of the fact that during the APC primaries, there were a lot of insinuations that the president was supporting this, and that a particular candidate that the president supported then did not emerge. Now he may want to change gear. How will you react to that? Or how will you comment on that?
You see, as an individual, as a person, you will have your choice at every given time. And in the situation where you have, a number of options, definitely you will choose one out of that options that you have.
Yeah.
The position of the president when this shadow election is approaching or was approaching there is like the position of a suitor, a man, a bachelor looking for a woman to marry. You see, you may have a number of women around. Even when the one that you loved most didn't come your way, you will prefer to hold on tightly to the one that succumbed to you,
One
that gave you, a mind. So that is the point. And you close your eyes to every other, woman. You see, that is the position of the president. He may like, he may have his a favorite among the equals. Let me put it that way. But as a president too, once the will of the majorities, has prevailed, he doesn't, he could not do otherwise than to switch to majority,
the party wants.
to majority side.
Okay,
that is what the party wants. It will be seen as somebody who is autocratic.
If he
had behaved the other way around.
Okay, Dayo. You see, President Muhammadu Buhari is believed to be a person who takes hardline position when it comes to matters like this. That is the impression people have about him, especially going by the record he had as a military head of state. But don't you think the president is only paying lip service to what he said?
I disagree with you. Don't forget that the APC primary was held in June. And the president told the world, even when people are names dropping his name, that is in support of Fazil candidate. As a leader and a father, he did demonstrated it. That you can't be a father to 2-3 children and prefer one against the other. That is what he has done. Unlike what you used to have, that a sitting president will insist, this is my preferred candidate. Like, but he may have, but he dare not show it. So I thought he will have destroyed the party. He have shown it, done the APC primary. Because I would have been, I don't know what I'll call it. Let me do the worst one. There would have been surrounding APC. Even like if he has a preferred candidate, he dare not show it. Because the party then was on the verge of
collapse,
of crisis. And so I think he was able to read that and he stayed away. Even when at the about that, the current chairman of the APC was saying, this is the candidate carrying Ahmed Lawan on his head, the current state president. The president came out to say no. I didn't say that kind of errand. And for why he had not been arrested, that would have been back the end of APC. But you see, he stood his ground as a leader and father of that house. Look, I don't have any preferred child. All of you are mine. And so please go in, go there. Even when like I told you, name dropping. I made you say I'm the preferred this thing. Some people say, okay, you do that kind of device and also as a leader that he is, he stood his ground. That look, go and campaign vigorously and whoever emerge, they make my candidate.
Thank you very much.
He demonstrated something that I like.
What was that?
You see, the president and some other persons who are the superpower, let me put it that way, in the Aso Rock, they are, as at that time, they were the leaders of the party, and they were, executive of the party, the powerful executive, the powerful members of the party, the echelon. Those are the echelon of APC executive. You see, he retired everybody, including himself, and another something, another committee was set up to manage the election. That primary election. Another committee was set up to manage that election, to prove and to show and to demonstrate to the world that look, though I may have my favorite among these people, but that favorite must emerge the normal way.
But if it had been the other way around, that the president, because of a candidate he preferred, retired all those people you refer to and replaced them with his own people so that his own candidate could emerge. And at the end of the day, now that one has failed,
You see that in itself demonstrated the Democrat in him, though retired general. Like I said, we have seen it in this country. The same president will say, okay, this is what I do, and he
have his way.
Have his way. In fact, moving ahead to either rail those ones into or show them this year, last year you were answering a query from the FCC of this amount. It may not even be. But who want to be behind the gallows? They know the power of a sitting president that he can do and undo. And so that let's give it to Buhari that look, he refused. He dropped the toga of a general, and became a Democrat. Whatever anybody will say, allow everybody to go and say, oh, you are welcome. You want to contest? Go ahead. That one will come. Okay, Mr. President, I want to take. Go ahead. Another one will come. Mr. President, I just want to come to notify you that I'm interested in the. And that's what happened. And that's APC power is. Look at what he said. Let me just quote this thing. Warning. One those who decamp from the party and others in court against the APC candidate not to drop his name for support ahead of the polls. So you can see that he's aware as I'm going to say. And so you have to come out bold to say no. Aside the APC candidate that all of us agree as far as the primaries or is concerned, don't drop my name. I cannot support you. You are your own. That's what it means.
That is it.
Yes, let's go to the next topic. The next topic, the second topic is this. Nigeria needs $10 billion annually for energy transition. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. Nigeria has faced energy crisis in the past, and we are still facing energy crisis. Let me take you back to some days before now, when it was reported that the national grid collapsed, and that one would lead to a plethora of other crises that will come from the collapse of
energy
of the national grid. And just one aspect of energy, just one aspect. Dayo, let's take a look at this. $10 billion annually.
$410 billion.
410.
So it's $410 billion.
$410 billion, yes. Will Nigeria be able to afford this when there are other
competing needs?
When there are other projects competing for the government attention?
Well, let me tell you what the crisis this country is facing, either on the food, the economy. It is the inability to have, or inability of the country to be able to have stable power supply. That's the crisis. And that's why you see even the artisans, those whose means of livelihood solely depends on energy, that you see them going down. Even when the PHC then was dismantled and discos sold off, you see that it is very unfortunate and sad that government is still subsidizing what after something has been sold. You see, the VP is saying, what VP is saying there is that maybe the next, it was also 2016, and that's about how many years to this time? About 40 something or 40 years to this, wow, 30 something years to this time. That's what Nigeria will need to be able to survive this energy crisis. In fact, first I already calling somebody like that, an apostle, please, the what all those things you sold, the Genco, the Disco, please get them back. It's only this was. But unfortunately, those who sold it to their cronies. And that's the price we have. If I sell my car to you, Mr. Moderator, I have disposed my car.
That's all.
And that is all. And I see, I'm still asking you, after we have had an agreement
that the car be sold to me, and it's totally sold. And
I'm also asking you to give me the car stereo, give me the extra
tire or jack. No.
I'm sorry, this country, I don't know what is happening.
Anyway,
Yes.
once the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all others will be added. Nigeria, what we need to seek now first is stable electricity, and all others will be added. But having realized that that's what we need, why are government intransigent up to this moment?
You see, let me say something, or to correct one impression, that all these energy plants, have been sold. There is a mark of difference between outright sale and privatizing government's enterprise.
Okay. What tell me the difference or differences as it were?
Now, when outright sale, when an outright sale of a particular thing is done, it means that all your invested interest in that article or whatever that is sold, has been transferred. You don't have any business as far
As that is concerned.
as far as that article or whatever is concerned.
What about privatization?
When you privatize, you don't give out your ownership to that person. It is the control of that business that is it is like lease. When you lease out a property to somebody, it could be for a specific period of a time. But the ownership of that thing still belongs to you. Meaning that your invested interest in that particular thing that is that you gave out on lease still belongs to you. So, and that is what we are witnessing as far as energy plants in Nigeria, are concerned.
But
The government, because it is like a takeover of a business by a giant plant. When a particular business is sinking, and you want to merge with another viable business, you didn't. That business that is merging is not sold to the big business that is taking over.
I don't know where River is going to. Are those either outright sale
or organization?
Are they generating funds? Why is government still subsidizing them? Are they not generating funds?
That's it.
Government will there will be a percentage.
Maybe
there will be a way through which government will be, intervening in the affairs of that business. And that is what I'm saying now.
Because they know they can withstand all the everything that
the assets. Government is making that business an enterprise. Formerly all these energy plants, they are within the realm of corporate business. And being a corporate business, they are within the control of government, including the way the prices of whatever they are generating will be fixed.
Now,
but what we are saying is this: privatization, by privatizing those electricity something. Now, what government is saying that we are making this thing an enterprise that will be controlled by some people. Though those people will put that money, they will put that money for government. But they are not. The government will still, see to the activities of that business, because they are not giving the business is not given to them directly, and they don't take over the ownership.
Let me hear from Dayo. You see, Nigeria's electricity is sliding down to become the worst in Africa. Honestly. And Nigeria, that is a big brother to other countries in Africa, is sliding into abysmal level of electricity supply
crisis.
When the government discover that this thing is not working, why would the government stay? Why would the government wait for so long before they say anything about it?
Let me first of all, they used to. I think that they are still in the system. Don't let me use this. The Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC). One will ask, what role are they playing? That as it may, those who sold or who unbundled the then PACN, that now you have TCN, which is totally in control by the federal government. That is,
Transmission Company of Nigeria.
They are extremely ungodly. Because the condition they gave when they were selling out discos, either IBDC, Keja this thing, within this thing, another, the condition the condition being put, the contract entered into was said to be extremely unfortunate, and that until this particular number of years have forgotten now, it cannot be. The government cannot take it over again. But see, I think the year is getting, because I remember when the former governor of Lagos State, now Minister for Works, when the mine, what's it called now? When the power was underneath, he made an attempt. He even said it until he read, as a lawyer, he's not going to Nigeria, until he read the condition, the agreement signed. So then he had to backtrack when he saw the condition that between this number of years and this number of years, you cannot take back that outright privatization. Well, I don't know what privatization. I call that outright sale of this so until after a particular until I don't know, maybe the years they signed has already lapsed. I can see now that the federal government is now thinking of taking over Benin Energy Distribution Company. And I think they are taking over Ibadan IBDC and they're taking over from those who bought it.
Yeah.
You see, we I don't know, this country, for posterity, some of the things, and like I said, when the Jonathan was selling it, it was sold to cronies. It's like selling how do I describe it now? Selling a block industry to a salon owner. What will that kind of a thing know about the block industry? So it was revealed that those they sold those things for are those who doesn't know anything about electricity generation.
That's serious. Yes, you see, if a religious organization has an enclosure or has a camp, so to say, where they are generating electricity and it has no failed for once, for as many years as one can finger.
No, government business does not belong to anybody. It's nobody's business. That's what it means. You see, we have guilty. The way we handle what we call is government property. The way we all handle it, only posterity will forgive us.
You see, the essence of privatizing this thing is to ensure that they are public serving,
but
that the service
as
they serve the people.
As the government realize, as the government achieved what it is meant to achieve by privatizing this,
it's worse.
You see,
whatever anybody will say,
you see,
is that worse? In fact, it's not the days of PSN. I'm not sure it's this worse.
Now let me say this.
It's like pay for what you don't enjoy.
Yeah, you see, when we are talking of policy of government is meant to be reviewed periodically.
And why can't they review this one?
I know, but not when the agreement has been signed.
Excuse me.
Over a particular period of years.
Yes. Look,
the fact that you know it's a contract. It's not a contract.
You see, the fact that what is happening now.
The truth
The fact that what is happening now, is happening means that there is a provision in whatever agreement that governments will have entered with as far as electricity privatization is concerned, that we give federal government either to rescind
The decision
or amend whatever or correct, anomalies.
Okay, let's go to the next topic. Because if you continue with this one, I know you will always have something to say. Yes, the third and the very last topic on this program today. No work, no pay. You have forfeited right to salaries. NECA labor leaders to ASU. ASU started a strike in February, and up to this moment,
about 7 months ago,
and up to this moment, the strike is still on. To the best of my knowledge, the government has made its position known. ASU has not, for once, reneged on the decision to continue with the strike. But at the end of the day, the students are the ones suffering, bearing the brunt. And what remains now is part of what remains now to be cleared is the right to salaries during the strike. And those who should support ASU are already opposing ASU. If labor leaders can be saying this. Now, the way forward, let me start from you.
They are just worsening the already muddled situation by saying what labor leaders are saying. I don't see them as helping matter. They are not helping the situation. You see, at this time, when you cast a retrospective look at the plight of Nigerian lecturers, one would say that they had suffered enough. You will see that it will not be in their best interest to allow the strike to elongate to this level. But the government that we have in Nigeria, they are neither responsive nor a listening one. They don't listen. They are not proactive. All these agreements, the agreement that form parts of this strike, we have some of the terms that were signed during the military regime, and you can see
and are not yet implemented.
And not yet implemented. What do you expect from the lecturers? You see, government in Nigeria is a government that intends to enslave people. What is take a look at what an average professor is taking Nigeria as salaries and compare it with what some others
are taking somewhere.
And you cannot say you don't have resources. It is when it becomes to the issue of workers, issue of lecturers, issue of monument and the welfare of citizens that Nigerian government will not have money. But when it gets to lavishing the resources of the country, constructing road from Nigeria to Niger, there will be money there. It is because we don't have, the government doesn't, prioritize the needs of the country. What this country needs. Our federal government in particular, doesn't know what the people need. And that is the reason for all this, mania of, resources of the state.
Nigeria.
I also disagree with Aburi before you answer the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why I'm not a mouthpiece of the government? Whereas as they don't know, they already shot themselves on the legs. Section 57, 151 of ILO, that labor organization, and section 1 to 4 of the Labour Act spoke on payment of bonuses, worker salary and wages of the work you have done. It did not speak about the period you are out of. You see, maybe they are not conscious or also allow themselves to be
carried away
or enjoying the look. 7 consecutive months. They should have, maybe they should have break it. If they are conscious of what the law says, the labor organization law says, they will have gotten it broken. You cannot be out of job for 7 months. The law does not say you must be paid for that period you are out of job. Maybe if they are broken,
they strike.
They will not be caught with ILO law and Labor Act section 1 to 4.
Let me tell you this. There is what we call legal incapacity in law. And that one, as far as the labor law and the ILO, my brother is referring to, is concerned, that one will take precedent. You see,
excuse me. It takes precedent. That's the law.
You say?
That's the law. That's what the law says.
You see, when you are under legal incapacity, and what do I refer to as legal incapacity in this situation is the inability of the government to reach agreement, at the shortest period of time. You see, the labor law is there also, but when if this issue should go to court, you will see that the federal government cannot win the case. They cannot win the case because it is part of protest.
Which is good.
It is allowed in law.
Allowed in law.
It is part of
protest. But the same law does not force people the 7 months of us being away from their job. If you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, and does the law says that federal government should renege in fulfilling its obligations?
That's an agreement since 2009.
Yes. If the lecturers had been so patient, had been so persevere,
maybe I didn't maybe I need to remind Bukola of one of the conditions the ASU is giving that has dragged
the matter for so long.
That ASU is negotiating on behalf of state universities. If a state, if I have my money as a state governor to set up a university, and I say, okay, I employ these people, this is what I have to pay. Who can now negotiate on my behalf?
As federal government agreed to fulfill the obligation as far as the federal university lecturers.
I am only telling you, they have agreed to certain extent, and one of those
to certain extent.
You can
as a student, as a
my brother, you cannot have everything. You are going to negotiate a book. Yeah. Look, maybe you don't know.
There was a time they asked the federal government to come and
let me read to you. Let me execute section 43 of the Trade Disputes Act.
Yes.
You know what it says?
Yes.
That the act recognizes the right of a worker to disengage from service where there is a breakdown in negotiation. That's what
how many times has negotiation
with his employer, who also provides a corresponding right to the employer to withhold the employee's wages for the said period.
Yes.
And that is what the government is doing. I'm quoting the law.
You see, when you refer to this,
I'm quoting the law.
Does the law say to that trade dispute act?
Yes.
Does it put a clause?
But let me also tell you. Let me also remind you.
Will continue.
I don't know has already this law. Let me also tell you. There is a judgment at the National Industrial Court that affirms the principle of no work, no pay. Do you know? Are you aware of that?
Where the procedure is not duly followed. You know
procedure. The law says
procedure as far as the strike.
I'm telling you, the ASU should have broken the 7 months thing. Go back to classes and resume.
No.
But I'm only this is the law. I'm only reading what the law says.
Now, what if
that's what the law says?
Is prescribing as.
That's what the law says.
The federal if the federal government
says today
come out.
ASU ceases to exist.
It's the law. I've just quoted the law.
They will go to court to challenge that federal government decision. It will be a subject of litigation.
ASU is only an association or a union.
And the federal government cannot even prescribe ASU because it is an association backed by law.
Which law?
By labor law. By labor law.
Dayo, can government not prescribe ASU?
It can. Already.
When we are not under the military. When we are not under the military. Are you saying that the federal government could dissolve labor act?
Mr. Moderator, you just have the floor. The federal government can go to National Industrial Court. That's why I say my brother already.
No, we are saying what? The same thing in different way. I said the federal government, the President Muhammadu Buhari cannot by executive order.
That he can, but can go to National Industrial Court to ask for prescriptions
yes,
of ASU.
And that is the reason I said that if federal government should come up with that decision of prescribing ASU, it will become a subject. It will become of.
If ASU wants to eat their cake,
it will become a subject of litigation.
Of course, it will.
It will become. You see, nobody is giving what we call the absolute power as far as democratic norm is concerned. Nobody wants absolute power. You are talking of absolutism. If it is
an industrial court issue,
if it is federal,
I don't see ASU winning that case.
That is
because of the International Labour Law, Trade Dispute Act, and of course the judgment, the judgment of already existing judgment of no work, no pay. Let me tell you what happened when health workers started theirs. When the
government can win the case.
Myself?
You are saying ASU can win the case.
ASU can win that kind of case.
ASU will win.
Because you know what is, my boy, you know what is precedence now? There are precedents as a judgment of that judgment that says there's no work, no pay. It's clear.
And the same ILO says that worker, if there is breaking down in negotiation, that worker
be entitled to the pay.
Will be entitled, even though he has closed the factory where he works. Are you getting what I'm saying? I mean, withdraw his services.
At least for a period of time.
For a period of time. That is what ILO say. What that period of time means in law is not expressly stated. And that is where these people will hide.
My boy, I don't know where you get your own law. I don't know where you get. I've just quoted Convention 87 and 151.
Yes.
Which says, Convention, look, there could be industrial dispute, but as a limitation based on National Industrial Court judgment that supported no work, no pay. It's there, it's clear. And it is the Trade Dispute Act.
Do you agree with no work, no pay?
Subject to some conditions.
No condition. There's a judgment.
What are the conditions?
There's a judgment.
The condition is
don't interpret the judgment of a lawful court.
I'm coming. When you are saying no work, no pay, if a worker or a group of workers deliberately on their own volition abscond from work, then that rule or that law we apply. But in a situation
they abandon their place of work.
Look, let me tell you this. You will see that this issue of lecturers, it is not a lecturer, but the negotiation is being carried out by what? By a recognized body. Are you getting what I'm saying? By lawfully recognized body. It is not a case of an individual lecturer, withdrawing services from the university. So the law will take, you see.
The
issue of law is this. Court will treat a particular case based on the facts on which that case stands.
I've just told you, and I've just said it to you, that there's a subsisting court judgment.
That
no work, no pay is a judgment. You cannot alter it. Look, Comrade Adamu was a former vice president.
Excuse me.
A former vice president of NSC, and let me just quote him. He said, "Of course, the labor law is clear. No work, no pay is a judgment." He now said last year when Buhari conceded to pay the health workers, he was just being magnanimous, asking them to be paid for the period they were out of work. That the president did not open or just want to go, okay, leave them alone. Don't implement the no pay. He said we invited the ASU, we told them some of these things. That look, it is a judgment of the court.
Excuse me. You cannot use judgment of a court on a particular case to win.
My brother, what does the president? What does he say in your law? What does the judicial president says?
Where the facts of two cases are the same. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. But in this circumstance, I'm telling you that president, that authority, you know, will be out of place as far as the case of ASU.
Listen to a vice president of NSC. He said ASU months-long strike has unfortunately opened the no work, no pay debate. That number of, I'm telling you, I don't know, guys, not counted of 7 months. The law says it could be broken and resumed, but we went for 7 months. They have shot themselves on the legs. They have reopened the no work, no pay palaver because of the length, which the law did not support them. That's the truth.
Look, you see, this thing, and I'm very sure it will get to court, and we all know when the president, for president to implement no work, no pay.
We know which of the two sides is trying.
Excuse me. You know, for federal government to implement no work, no pay.
If a labor leader is saying,
federal government
will
subject the issue to the decision of the court.
Okay.
I'm quoting that now. I'm quoting a labor leader now. He said, ASU should suspend the strike. That has proved too addictive and unhelpful to them even. Like I said, it's a traceable act. They should have suspended that.
That may resume later.
They shot themselves on the legs. That's the truth. It's clear.
Well, let's leave the issue. The interpretation that but I'm very sure that the issue of no work, no pay cannot be implemented by the president just like that.
After there's already a judgment of the court, of a judicial court, that
on this strike.
Before now. Before now.
The issue will be taken to the law court for interpretation. So can you implement a judgment given on two parties?
There is a judicial precedent. Which judicial precedent on no work, no pay judgment?
What I'm saying is that that one cannot be implemented without this matter. Make a subject of litigation. As far as this case is concerned.
Gentlemen, we are not in the court of law.
Yes.
Well, we are only interpreting what the law says.
Yes. Be that as it may, I am not a judge.
Yes.
So I don't know what is right in law. I am not a lawyer.
You know, we have different, judicial interpretation.
Yes, and a law is capable of multiple interpretations.
Multiple interpretation.
And that is what
that is literal.
That's what is playing out here.
You see? Yes, literal rule at times will be different by court.
Thank you very much, our viewers at home, for being there to see the legal framework going on here between my guests, and I really enjoyed it. You know, a journalist would like something like this because it is a rat race anyway. Yeah. Yes, on behalf of the executive producer of the program, Akinola Owolabi, and the producer Oladayo, who is incidentally a guest on this program, a guest on this program, and Adewe Popola, who is always here every Friday. Until next week, when we shall come your way with another edition of In the Newsroom. And on behalf of my producer, Sarah Omidele, yes, Sarah Omidele, who has been the assistant producer and has taken the position of the producer today because that was there. And I want to thank everybody who has made the program a success. Until next week, when I shall appear here in the newsroom, I say, have a good weekend ahead.
Mondays through Fridays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. In the newsroom, you can't afford to miss it.